My classes in kindergarten, but I had a patch on mine in kindergarten.
Welcome to the City of Pinellas Parks City Council meeting. Our city offers superior parks, premium recreational services, exceptional public safety resources, optimal investment opportunities, and more. Our mayor and city council welcomes you to tonight's meeting.
To order our city council meeting. We will have an invocation and pledge of allegiance, so please rise if you wish.
Bow with me, please. Heavenly Father, dear Lord, we come to you at this time just thanking you that we're able to assemble here tonight. Because we know, Lord, throughout our country, there's a lot of devastation, a lot of people hurting. And we know, Lord, that we need to be thankful for what we have. And Lord, we just pray that you be with those people that have lost so much. And Lord, we pray that you be with the first responders and the volunteers that are trying to help these people in their time of need. And Lord, I just ask that we'd always be mindful of those people that are out there and be thankful for what we have. Thankful for how Pinellas Park just came through that storm. Thankful for all of our employees and the dedication that they showed, showing up in difficult times, working long hours. And Lord, we're just thankful for the employees that we have. Be with our men and women that are in the military. Keep them safe. And Lord, we just pray that we'd always make decisions that would be best for our community and in accordance with your will. And it's in his name we pray. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have some exciting special presentations, so we will start off with the police department, please.
Thank you very much, Mayor, Council, Mr. Diebold, Mr. Holbert, and all of our friends and families. I'd like to invite our 6 newest family members up here. If you would, please just come up here and stand next to me. Going to briefly tell you about each of them. We are extremely privileged and honored to have these new 6 young men to join our family. Our first one is Matthew Killian. Matthew Killian was born in Citrus County, Florida, and later moved to Pinellas. Matthew graduated from high school in Pinellas County and attended St. Petersburg College prior to entering the police academy. During his time off, he enjoys running, fishing, golfing, and practicing jiu-jitsu. I will not tell you how old he is, but I will tell you that he studied 9/11 in school. Mr. Brian Eckbold is next to him, born in Clearwater, Florida. As a child, he spent several years in Japan. He also attended Countryside High School and spent the last 12 years managing 2 restaurants and a private security company. During that time, he protected a variety of artists and actors, including Morgan Freeman, James Franco, and Jaden Smith. And excuse me, let me go back real quick. With Matthew today are his father, Sergeant Mike Killian from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. He's hiding somewhere back there. His mother, Lieutenant Kimberly Killian, and his brother, who's jealous he's not standing up here, Kyle Killian, a deputy with the Sheriff's Office. With Brian Eckbold here tonight is retired Clearwater Fire Lieutenant Vincent Booker, his stepmother, Maxine Booker, who is also our CEO at PEMS, his girlfriend, Linda, and 2 of his mentors, Captain William Jarvis from the Department of Alcoholic Beverages and Tobacco, and retired Pinellas County Deputy Steve Elrod. Thank you all for being here. Next is Mr. Christopher Cram. Chris was born in Hazelwood, Missouri, and moved to Pinellas County in 2014. He was previously an entrepreneur in the fitness industry and also worked in the mortgage and insurance industries as well. In his time off, he enjoys lifting weights, practicing jiu-jitsu, riding motorcycles, playing Call of Duty, spending time with his fiancée and their 3 huskies. With him today is his fiancée, Eleni. Next is Mr. Jason Matatu, born in India. Spent the early parts of his childhood in London, and primarily raised in Florida. Jason graduated from USF with a bachelor's degree. In his free time, he enjoys exploring new foods, spending quality time with his family and his friends. With him tonight is his mother, Bressie, his brothers, Joshua and Abraham. His girlfriend and her sisters were supposed to be here, but you know how traffic and a storm is. Next up is Officer Joe Amabile. Joe is a United States Coast Guard veteran. He was stationed in Boston, Alaska, and San Diego. He joined the Maritime Security Response Team West and spent 11 years as an NCO in their deployable specialized forces. Recently, he served 3 years as a lieutenant and shift lead at the MacDill Air Force Base Security Forces. During his time off, he enjoys spending time with his friends and his family, as well as golfing, fishing, and boating. With him tonight are his wife, Laura, daughter, Mia, son, Raider, mother, Pamela, and father, Joseph. And last but certainly not least is Michael Trigaloff. He is also a United States Air Force veteran stationed at Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana, as well as MacDill Air Force Base in Florida. He spent 11 years as an NCO in the security forces. During his time, he was a shift lead and performed numerous duties in base defense operations. During his time off, he enjoys spending time with his family and friends and playing sports. With us tonight are his wife, Michaela, son, David and Kyler, daughters, Raylan, Aubriella, and Emerson. Hold on, backing up. Jason's girlfriend's here. Everybody say hi to Mia, her sister, Varsha, and Thashara. Thank you all for being here. All right, gentlemen, raise your right hand, please. We're going to swear you in. I think this is a first, so let's all appreciate the fact that we've got a friend up here with us. Repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and the state of Florida and the charter and laws of the city of Pinellas Park, that I am duly qualified to hold office under the charter and the laws of the city of Pinellas Park, and I will faithfully perform all the duties incumbent upon me as a police officer for the city of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to our 6 newest officers. Congratulations, gentlemen. Now for the audience participation part, those of you that know you're pinning someone up here, please come on up and officially pin them with their department badge. Ladies and gentlemen, our 6 newest officers and members of our family, thank you. Congratulations. Please say hello.
Congratulations. Good luck. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks. Congratulations. I love that. That's great. Congratulations. Welcome. Congratulations. Welcome. Welcome to both of you. Congratulations.
There you go.
Hey, give me a pen. You can't read.
Try it.
Little kid to get you through.
Want me to stone? I will. I've done it before and I hit somebody else.
I don't even have a pair of them.
Talk and talk. I said I don't.
Well, good idea. Try them on.
Hey, they're leaving. Get them. Get them. They're leaving.
Roll.
Kid's crying. She didn't get you.
Good. I'll keep reaching out.
Miss LaSharon.
Getting there, yeah. That's cool. Where'd you get them?
You gotta be ready over there. You never know.
Yeah, it goes fast.
Yeah.
Remember we had those things on the back?
Yes, yes.
But I didn't get us some other ones.
That's cool.
As you can see with the beautiful purple on that the ladies have, we are celebrating and encouraging people to be aware of domestic violence in our communities. Whereas domestic violence can be defined as a pattern of behavior used to establish power and control over another person through fear and intimidation, often including the threat or use of physical violence. As described by the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, domestic violence occurs when an individual is harmed physically, sexually, or psychologically by a current or former partner or spouse. Florida is a national leader in addressing domestic violence through its innovative policies and its efforts to provide survivors with the services and resources that they need. The 15 million children exposed to domestic violence each year are at a significantly higher risk of repeating these violence as victims or predators and later in life. And the City of Pinellas Park stands with our law enforcement officers, our first responders, victims, and other brave individuals who are focused on protecting families and communities from this domestic violence abuse. Now, therefore, I, Sandra Lee Bradbury, Mayor of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, and on behalf of the entire City Council, do hereby proclaim October of 2024 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and encourage all the citizens to remember the victims of domestic violence, support efforts to ensure their safety and well-being, and increase awareness to reduce further incidences. And witness, I set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, to be affixed on the 3rd day of October of 2024. And I'm going to pass the mic over so that you guys can talk about some of the innovations that you are doing to help prevent this.
Sure. Thank you so much. My name is Rachel Johnston. I'm the Donor Relations Specialist at CASA. CASA stands for Community Action Stops Abuse, and that's what this is, the community taking action and giving us a proclamation. CASA is so amazing. We have an 100-bed emergency shelter for survivors of domestic violence. We also have a kennel attached to that, and only 17% of domestic violence shelters have kennels. So imagine leaving your family, usually pets are part of your family. So we are very innovative when it comes to leaving and the different barriers that our survivors face. Beyond our emergency shelter, we have our Family Justice Center downtown, and that allows survivors to get access to other housing options, other resources that they might need. We have 11 community partners on site. It's just an amazing place, and we've helped 608 people at our emergency shelter last year, but we helped 860 people at our Family Justice Center. So because of that, we were able to help even more. So thank you so much for the acknowledgement.
Okay, it's on me. Okay, it's on me. All right. We just want to most definitely thank the mayor and everyone for giving us this opportunity. The city manager allowed us to. We ordered T-shirts. We have some people in the audience that are wearing the T-shirts to help raise awareness for the entire month. We even had citizens wear our T-shirts at the Citizens Academy. So. Everyone is most definitely trying to bring awareness to this worthy cause. And we were able to partner with the police. We were able to partner with the fire department just to make this a, like you said, Rachel, a community event. And so it's most definitely our pleasure to partner with CASA and to make sure that you get the support that we need. And at the end of the month, all of the proceeds that we raise, we will try to have you come back so we can present you with the check or the donations that we raised as a city. And so we just want to say thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
And I will. Miss Molly and crew, your support group there. We also want to encourage people during the month of October and year round to be aware of their surroundings and help prevent fires. Whereas October marks the annual observation of National Fire Prevention Month, reinforcing the critical importance of paying attention to fire safety and informing the public that smoke alarm installation and maintenance is an important step towards increasing public safety for their home fires. Pinellas Park's first responders are dedicated to reducing the number of home fires and home fire deaths and injuries through the proper education. The 2024 Fire Prevention Month theme, Smoke Alarms, makes them work for you, urges all the community members to take simple but necessary action to stay safe in their homes and businesses. Now, therefore, I, Sandra Lee Bradbury, Mayor of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, and on behalf of the entire City Council, do hereby proclaim October of 2024 as Fire Prevention Month and urge the residents, and I'm also say business community, to support the public safety activities and education efforts that the Pinellas Park Fire Department, not only during Fire Prevention Month, but year-long, and witness, I set my hand to cause the seal of the City of Pinellas Park, Florida, to be fixed on the 3rd day of October of 2024. And I'm presenting this to the fire team. And also, if you guys would like to have the mic to talk about some safety features that people can do.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. As stated, the theme this year is smoke alarms, make them work for you. So we just want to make sure that you have them installed in your home, that you're testing them in your home, and that when they need to be replaced, they're being replaced. So we just hope that you guys have a fun and safe Fire Prevention Week, and thank you so much.
They're not going to take that. First or do Sean's? Okay. All right. Here we go. They just go on like this.
Hey, Sean.
All right, Mr. Sean and crew. For those in the audience at home, this is Sean, and he has dedicated 25 years to the City of Pinellas Park, and I hope a little bit more coming around. Yes, thank you. On September 8th of 1999, Sean started as a reclaimed water technician, then moved to the utility billing department in January of 2005, and as a customer service representative. In 2006, Sean and his wife were on their honeymoon in Vegas when his soon-to-be supervisor called to let him know that he was chosen for records center position. His wife Debbie was yelling in the background. At first, the supervisor thought perhaps she was upset because he now meant that he would be having less time for his honey-do list. However, it did turn out that a taxi driver had cut her off in traffic. Sean has been married to his lovely wife, Debbie, for 18 years. Together, they have 3 children and 2 grandchildren. They enjoy their time with their family, swimming, camping, and riding ATVs. Sean enjoys the outdoors, fishing, target practicing, as well as hunting, but mostly keeping away the fruit rats that try to destroy his wife's pineapples. Sean is a diehard Dallas Cowboys fan, and even though every wheel has come off of the Dallas Dynasty wagon from the 1990s, and the fact that the horses ran off some 29 years ago, he still refuses to let go of the reins. Since September of 1999, Sean has been an invaluable employee to the city clerk's office, and they are truly grateful for Sean's hard work and his selfless initiatives to help out others whenever is necessary. We want to say thank you to Sean for 25 years of loyalty to the city of Pinellas Park, and like I said, hopefully some more. And we want to ask everybody to join us in congratulating Sean on 25 years with the city. We present this plaque to Sean in appreciation and recognition of 25 years of continuous and loyal service as of the 8th day of September of 2024. See anything? No?
Okay. I'm wearing headphones up here.
Do you want up here or over at the podium, Rock?
I'll keep it over there. It's fine.
Okay.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, purple matches.
Yeah, it matches. It's good.
Thank you, everybody, for tonight. I'm up here just to kind of highlight a little bit of what the city of Pinellas Park did throughout this disaster that happened this past week, or last week. This week, sorry. Anyways, I want to say community, togetherness, and partnerships helped. Last Saturday, I got a phone call from Feeding Tampa Bay, out of nowhere. I was like, who's calling me right now? And it was Clarissa from Feeding Tampa Bay. She said, hey, Rock, do you think you guys could feed the community next Monday? I'm like, sure, let me call my boss real quick. I don't think it'll be a problem. And I called Heidi real quick, and I was like, "Hey, Heidi, Feeding Tampa Bay called. They want to feed the community this coming Monday. What do you think? Can we do it?" She's like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I was like, "Okay." So I was thinking all week on how was this going to work. So I got Monday morning, got with Mike. He's sitting over there in the corner. And I got with McKenna, who's sitting over there too, doesn't want to be seen. And we worked together logistically how this was going to work out. We decided the game room, unfortunately, we couldn't do, but they decided that let's get the art room going. So all my staff, I asked them, I was like, can anybody stay? All of them said yes, that they'll stay and help feed the community. Then was also told by Feeding Tampa Bay, oh, by the way, Representative Luna is going to come as well and help feed the community. So throughout this time, community, partnerships, togetherness, the city of Pinellas Park just came together so quick, it wasn't even funny, to help out the people in need. I was surprised how quickly we're able to do it. Not only the police and fire, what they've done so far, but the recreation crew and what they were able to accomplish so quick. No, I'm not going to be like Bart. But it was awesome to see that they were able to just come and help when they didn't need to. And they decided to stay. And we had a big line out there, and every one of them helped feed families. The biggest story that hit me the hardest was that we had dang, man.
Killing me over here.
We had a family that was the grandfather was literally water deep with his neck. FEMA had to rescue him and put him on a hotel, and the water was coming up, and they didn't know what was going to happen. So to be able to feed these people, and they just got electrical power on, and to do this for them was amazing. So I am very thankful for my employees that came and helped us, and the partnerships, and Ms. Bradbury for coming out and giving support. So support, family, community, togetherness. The City of Pinellas Park is wonderful in times of need, and I'm appreciative of working here and doing what we do for this community. That's it. I'm done. I'm not talking about it. Yeah, thank you.
And his crew's sitting in the back there. He wasn't lying. Every single one of the employees were standing there with big smiles on their faces, greeting everybody that walked in the door, saying hello to them, offering if they needed to take anything home to a family member that wasn't able to come because they were, protecting their home, protecting their valuables, or, just felt like they needed to stay there. And his crew was absolutely awesome. And, they were already thinking about things that they could do for the future and things that they can do for the young kids that are over at the recreation department. So I absolutely enjoyed myself just standing there visiting with the whole team. So you guys are awesome.
You got a speech? You want to say something?
Ready to run, aren't they? Yeah, they're ready to go out the door.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Means a lot.
Thank you. All righty. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to come up and speak on any item that is not on the agenda, like the German American Club or anything? No? George is standing in the audience, sitting in the audience. That's the reason why I said that. Go to the German American Club's website. They were supposed to kick off everything last weekend, but we're not able to. So please go out and support a local organization that has been there for about 60 years, George? 73 years. So German American Club.
We'll have it this weekend and next week.
This weekend and next weekend, since he doesn't want to come up and talk, make sure that you guys put that on your calendars and go to the website to see what other activities they have going on during the whole year. Anybody else in the audience? No, everybody's going to be quiet. So, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, she didn't bring it. So, as you guys can tell, we are a family and we love the little ones in the community too, because we know that they're our future. Moving on to quasi-judicial, we do have a few items that are quasi-judicial. Just in case we have to speak on them, please stand and be sworn in.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Section 2, approval of minutes. Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion, we approve regular council minutes of September 12th, 2024 as on file in the city clerk's office.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Where's my tablet?
Motion carries unanimously.
Where's my tablets?
I know. They're missing their tablets. We've been practicing.
Next week. You're on the hot seat next week. Be prepared.
Moving on to section 3, public hearings, item P1.
Item P1 is resolution number 24-17, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, establishing a millage rate of 5.6500 mils for ad valorem taxation of property within the city for fiscal year 2024-2025 to $33,470,205, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P1, resolution number 24-17, second public hearing and second reading. I will be turning this over to Dan Cassianis for any additional information.
Thank you, Mayor. The millage rate, the proposed millage rate is the same as last year's, which is 5.65. I believe the city attorney said 5.00. Which represents an increase over the rollback rate of 7.11%. At any rate, the proposed millage rate has been reviewed by the Citizens Budget Advisory Committee, and they fully recommend approval. And of course, council has workshopped the item and discussed it, and they also were in favor of it. And of all the major cities in the area of 50,000 population or more, the proposed millage rate is considerably less than the rest of the city, so I recommend approval.
Thank you. City Council have any questions of Dan? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on item P1? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion. Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion, we pass. Sorry, I was on the wrong page. Pass resolution number 24-17, second public hearing and second reading.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Item P2, ordinance number 4272.
Ordinance number 4272, City of Pinellas Park, Florida, appropriations and tax levy ordinance. An appropriation and tax levy ordinance of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, covering the fiscal year beginning October 1st, 2024, and ending September 30th, 2025, being an ordinance appropriating funds required for the purpose of meeting the general operating expenses of the city for salaries, wages, fees necessary or proper, disbursements or other expenditures necessary or proper for the operation of the city government, the water and sewage utility system, and for the purpose of meeting debt retirement requirements and capital improvements during said fiscal year, providing for severability, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P2, ordinance number 4272, public hearing, second public hearing, and second reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Dan Cassianis.
Thank you, Mayor. As I said earlier, the proposed budget has been reviewed by the Citizens Budget Advisory Committee. They recommend full approval. Council has an opportunity to workshop the item. And of course, we had our first public hearing several weeks ago on the budget. And basically it incorporates all the agreements, the union agreements, compensation, benefits, and so forth that's necessary in order to run the city. So we recommend approval.
Thank you. Councilmember Seville, questions for Dan?
I'd just like to personally thank him for the work that him and his department did throughout the year to
Thank you.
Keep
Thank
us
you
in
very
line and keep us strong. Thank you.
Thank you.
I should probably say one thing before you motion.
Yes, sir.
I think it'd be appropriate just to state on the record in case somebody looks back here 6 months or 8 months or a year or 10 years from now. This public hearing, of course, was set for last Thursday prior to the start of the fiscal year. As a result of the declared state of emergency at that time, it was necessary for the city council meeting to be continued from that date to this date. The city has complied with the requirements of the statute as far as renoticing this, both as to the previous millage resolution ordinance that you heard and as to this ordinance as well.
Thank you, sir. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing. Councilmember Seville, are you wanting to make the motion?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to pass ordinance number 4272, second public hearing and second reading.
Second.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor? Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to item P3, ordinance number 4273.
Ordinance number 4273, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, annexing into the city a certain parcel of land generally located at parcel number 18-30-16-69768-400-5113 and legally described and depicted in Exhibit A, which is attached here to and made a part hereof. Providing for amendment of the legal description of the corporate boundaries of the city, providing for the assignment of city zoning classification, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances conflicting herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P3, ordinance number 4273, public hearing, second and final reading. I am opening the public hearing and turning it over to Derek.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm Derek Reeves, Long Range Planning Manager for the city, and I will be presenting items P2 and P3 together tonight as they are related. It's an annexation and a land use assignment for that same property. So P3 is the annexation of the parcel, and P4 is the land use assignment designating the property as recreation open space. Here's an aerial map of the property. As you can see, we're actually kind of cleaning up annexation issue with some properties over along the Cross Bayou Canal. So this is just west of 68th Street, north of 102nd Avenue. Future land use in this area is primarily industrial, but in the county, the property is designated open recreation, open space, and culture due to the canal being in there as a water body. That's the designation they placed on it. So we will be bringing it in as recreation open space under item P4. Zoning, however, is employment, which is consistent with our M1 light industrial in the county. So we will be matching that for our zoning under item P3. The property is in a flood zone. It is undeveloped and likely to be developed because it's kind of a mostly water and separated from the remainder of the property under the ownership. Here's just some site plan laying out the area being annexed. As you can see, the dark gray area is existing city, so most of this area already is within Pinellas Park limits. The subject property is contiguous to the city and meets all requirements under Florida statutes. The recreation open space future land use designation has been determined to be the most appropriate for the property, and the request is consistent with the land development code and the adopted comprehensive plan. Staff is recommending approval of both the annexation and land use assignment. The Planning and Zoning Commission considered this item at the August 1st meeting this year and recommended approval of the land use assignment with the condition that the annexation be approved by council first. And that completes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions of Derek? Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on item 3? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion. Councilmember Goodell.
Mayor, make a motion that we pass ordinance 4273, public hearing, second and final reading.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
And I did forget to mention earlier, if there's anybody in the audience that planning and zoning's all done. Oh yeah, she was here. Never mind.
I thought he showed up late for the P&Z. He showed up when their meeting was over.
So, yes, with us having to have it here, planning and zoning was upstairs and we were downstairs. So, moving on to item P4, ordinance number 4276, public hearing, second and final reading. I'm opening the public hearing and giving it to you.
I haven't read this one.
I know.
I got confused whether I'd read it yet or not.
No.
Ordinance number 4276, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the city's official land use plan map by providing the land use designation of recreation open space, ROS, for certain lands generally located at parcel number 18-30-16-69768-400-5113, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Thank you. Item P4, ordinance number 4276, public hearing, second and final reading. Public hearing has been open. Turning it over to Derek in case there's any additional information you might want to add.
Thank you, Mayor. No additional information. I'd like to enter my presentation from item P3 into the record for item P4.
Thank you. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on item P4? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by Councilmember Butler.
Mayor, make a motion we pass ordinance number 4276, public hearing, second and final reading.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to item P5, ordinance number 4271.
Ordinance number 4271, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, adopting a master plan and supporting documentation for mixed-use plan unit development, MUPUD, overlay with underlying town center, TC zoning, on 4.87 acres of land generally located at parcel numbers 28-30-1671064-015-0070, 28-30-1671-064-015-0010, and 28-30-1671064-015-0040, parcel number 28-30-1671-064-016-0040, a portion of parcel number 28-30-16-71-064-000-0030, and parcel number 28-30-16-71-064-017-040, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date.
Item P5, ordinance number 4271's public hearing, second and final reading. This is quasi-judicial. I'm opening the public hearing and turning it over to Bob.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Bob Bernhardt, Senior Planner. I'll be presenting PUD-0524-00006. This is a mixed-use planned unit development MUPUD overlay to allow the following: a commercial mixed-use development, 290 multifamily units with rooftop amenities, public restaurant and lounge, and a parking garage, as well as an existing child care center. This is the general location of the parcels involved in the PUD. 5805 Park Boulevard will be the Masteries property that you're all familiar with. We also have the McDivitt Park and the Park Station parking lot area for the main project we're talking about today, the residential and restaurant project, and then Brilliant Little Minds, the child care facility, where there are no proposed changes as of right now. The subject properties have a land use designation of CRD. They are all zoned Town Center, TC. And lots 2 and 4 are located in flood zones X and AE. This is the proposed master plan again, just showing the general layout of the different projects here. So to get into the data a little bit, the total PUD area here is 4.87 acres. The maximum PUD density and intensity allowed would be 304 residential units permitted. A maximum of 290 are proposed though, and over 1.4 million of non-residential space. The proposed PUD uses, kind of going over this again, Lot 1 would be the commercial mixed-use development previously approved by City Council, the Masteries project. Lots 2 and 4 would be the 290 multifamily units with the rooftop amenities, public restaurant lounge, and the parking garage. And then Lot 3 would be the existing child care center. Here's the proposed site plan. This would be coming back to you for a PSP eventually, though, where we would get into more of the details. This would be the residential property, to be clear. Here's some renderings to give you an idea of that central property and the development that's being proposed. So to summarize, per code, the development standards governing the use of any lot within the TC zoning district shall be established during the site plan approval process. The applicant is proposing a mixed-use development on lots 2 and 4, which include the following: 290 multifamily units, as I mentioned, 100-foot height, a public restaurant lounge, private residential amenities for residents, approximately 415 residential parking spaces to serve the residential development, and approximately 130 public parking spaces in that garage as well. The applicant is also requesting relief from landscaping requirements through the PUD, but in return, they will provide alternative landscaping and enhancements. The buffer, due to just the property lines and things like that, would hinder the development potential of the property, which is within TC zoning district and part of the city center plan. Staff findings are as follows. The proposed mixed-use PUD is consistent with the intent of the Land Development Code. The mixed-use development with a brewery, maximum 290 multifamily units with rooftop amenities, public restaurant lounge, and a parking garage, and the existing child care center meet the intent and requirements of the Land Development Code, and the request is consistent with the goals, objectives, and policies of the adopted comprehensive plan. Staff recommends approval of this case. And on August 1st, 2024, the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended approval of the case as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Does City Council have any questions of Bob on this item? Councilmember Seville?
Yes. Bob, I got a question for you. So on lots 2 and on lot 2, they're going to also have a restaurant and lounge?
On lot 2, oh, that would just be integrated with the mixed-use residential development, yes, and open to the public.
Okay, and they're also going to have Masteries.
Masteries would be to the east. Yep, exactly.
So we're also going to have a restaurant and a lounge on lot 2. All right, thank you.
Any additional questions from City Council on this item?
Is the applicant here?
No, I think he had some issues with the properties over by the beaches, and he's kind of working to restore things over there.
Very good, thank you.
Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions or comments on this item? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and entertain a motion by City Council.
So it's for 4, right?
Yes.
5.
This is for number 5.
5. I make a motion that we pass ordinance number 4271, public hearing, second and final reading.
Motion has been made in second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to section 4, our consent agenda items.
Item number C1 is resolution number 24-19, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, authorizing the filing of an energy efficiency and conservation block grant application to the United States Department of Energy and authorizing the mayor and city manager to act as the city's executive officers and authorized representatives in all matters pertaining to the city's formula allocation, providing for an effective date. Item number C2 is authorization for the mayor to sign a utility easement transfer agreement between Pinellas County and the city of Pinellas Park. Item number C3 is to accept with regret the resignation of John Von Hoff from the Board of Adjustment. And item number C4 is to approve the appointment of John Von Hoff to serve on the Planning and Zoning Commission with a term to expire July 31st, 2025. Item number C5 is to approve the appointment of John Spagnola to serve on the Board of Adjustment with a term to expire November 30th, 2026. Item number C6 is to approve the appointment of Louis Carvalho to the General Employees Pension Board of Trustees with a 3-year term expiring September 30th, 2027. Item number C7 is authorization for the mayor to sign an amendment to the interlocal agreement for the creation of the Pinellas County Metropolitan Planning Organization. Item number C8 is ordinance number 4277, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the city's official zoning map by providing for a change in the zoning district from single-family residential estate, RE, to single-family residential, R1, for a certain parcel of land generally located at parcel number ID 20-30-16-41-724-000-0230, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date. Item number C9 is ordinance number 4278, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending the city's official land use plan map by providing for a change in the land use from residential suburban, RS, to residential urban, RU, for a certain parcel of land generally located at parcel ID 20-30-16-41-724-000-230, and more particularly described in Exhibit A, which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, certifying consistency with the city's adopted comprehensive plan, providing for repeal of ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith to the extent of such conflict, providing for an effective date. Item number C10 is authorization to enter into an agreement with Public Resources Advisory Group, Inc. for financial advisor services for a 5-year period with 2 additional 2-year extension periods. Item number C11 is resolution number 24-20, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, adopting an updated car allowance, providing for an effective date. Item number C12 is resolution number 24-21, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, providing for revisions to the classification and pay plan, providing for an increase in the wage rate provided to employees covered by the City of Pinellas Park classification and pay plan, providing for an effective date. Item number C13 is authorization for the purchase under Florida State contract of 16 Dell laptop computers from Dell Corporation for the fire department at a total cost of $55,264. Item number C14 is authorization for the mayor, city manager, and the police chief to sign Pinellas County Combined Mutual Aid Agreement. Item number C15 is to approve authorization to award bid 24.007 for Public Works Operations Center concrete wall construction to Permacast LLC. And item number C16 is ordinance number 4274, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Pinellas Park, Pinellas County, Florida, amending sections 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 10 of ordinance number 4262, an appropriation and tax levy ordinance of the City of Pinellas Park, providing for repeal of all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict therewith, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. That's the end of the consent agenda.
Councilwoman Miss Patty Reed.
Thank you, Mayor Bradbury. Regarding the consent agenda, I would like to make a motion to pass, approve. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry,
It's
that's
all
your
right.
job.
Well, wait.
Go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to put it out there that item C8, ordinance number 4277. I'm not really one who's in favor of changing the zoning on residential estate properties, but and that's just for people in the future that want to bring forward wanting to change RE properties. But I feel this one is more than worthy of it, and I am in favor of rezoning this property.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to make a motion to pass, approve, or adopt whichever action is appropriate. Item C1 through C16, inclusive with item C1, C11, and C12 being first and final reading, and item C8, C9, and C16 being first reading prior to public hearing. The next public hearing will be held in council chambers on Thursday, October the 10th, 2024 at 6 p.m.
Second the motion.
Motion has been made and second. Is there anybody in the audience that has any questions on items C1 through C13? 16, excuse me. Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Moving on to regular agenda, we did have a item that we needed to bring this evening, item R1.
And item R1 on the regular agenda is the reappointment of Councilwoman Patty Reed to the Ford Pinellas Board with a 4-year term to run from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2028.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody that would like to bring that action up for Ms. Patty? Councilmember over there. Rock, paper, scissors. They hit their buttons at the same time.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that for the reappointment of Councilwoman Reed to the Forward Pinellas Board with a 4-year term to run from January 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2028.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
And she's actually still on the board now because we did the agreement with them earlier in the consent agenda. We need to continue this as well. So,
Mayor, can I just ask one
Yes.
question? Semi-related. I didn't want to bring it up before the vote, but what is the timeline, and Councilman Reed might know this, the timeline on the bigger MPO change? 3 years?
3 years is what
When are they making those decisions on those?
they're still waiting. They're kind of just meeting back and forth, and Whit updates us on it.
Is your mic on?
all right. No, it's not. I leave my
They're meeting back and forth with all 3 counties and then with the governor and then back and forth on what the plans are, what'll serve everybody, whether we have a smaller section for like Pinellas County that talks to the bigger picture, So they don't know, but they said it's coming and then it should be about 3 years that it's all changed.
Thank you.
And we voted, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Just double checking. Now it is time for council members. Councilmember Butler. You have a special guest out there tonight.
She was a
Minus one.
I do. Yeah, my wife Jessica's here. She was here for the swearing in, and then decided to stay to see local government work. So, welcome.
You're just lucky we didn't turn the camera towards you.
I think they can.
There's no we yet.
Yeah, they can.
You're so beautiful.
Yes. Am I this? Whole thing.
Is your mic on?
It is actually.
I'll make sure.
I sit next to the city attorney. I kind of have to leave it on all the time. So thank you, Mayor. Obviously, a rough week in our community. My day job has kept me pretty busy, so I had the opportunity to spend some time on the beach the last couple days, particularly a little bit after first light on Friday, and it is significant out there. I was probably a little bit south of Madeira Beach, getting in towards Treasure Island. I was standing in the middle of the road talking with some folks and some deputies that were out there, and I saw a big Pinellas Park fire engine rolling down Gulf Boulevard. And I knew that if it reminded me, it certainly reminded the community out there that we are kind of one big happy family, and it was really cool to see Pinellas Park Fire rolling down Gulf Boulevard first thing Friday morning, helping respond to a lot of those calls. So as was mentioned earlier, I mean, it really is a tremendous effort out there. There's a lot of work that's left to be done. I know Public Works has been assisting some of our our neighbors rather. The police department has been out in Treasure Island. So it's just really cool to see the community, not just our community, but all the communities in the county come together. So I cannot say thank you enough to staff. I'm super proud to be just a part of the city because of that support we're able to provide. Let's see what else. Mail ballots are out. The deadline to register to vote in the general election is October 7th. I think that's next Tuesday. So whether you vote by mail or however you vote, just know I got mine today. It is 2 pages, front and back. It's quite a ballot. So make sure you vote. And last thing, of course, and we're going to talk about this every meeting until December 14th, is the 51st annual Pinellas Park Christmas Parade. Registration is open through the Friday before Thanksgiving. So get those applications in. CelebratePinellasPark.com. That's all I have.
Mr. Cadell.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. We kind of lose track of things sometimes, and they slip through the cracks, and we haven't gotten. But a couple of weeks ago, we received a letter from the Florida Municipal Insurance Trust announcing an award to the city of Pinellas Park, and Matt Pruitt, our pension and risk management director. This is let's see what they called it, the Insurance Leader Award, and I just want to congratulate Matt and his crew and everybody that works on that. These things take a lot of work to do over the course of a year, and it's a very important part of our city activities, especially when it comes to the insurance. And so I just want to make sure that we congratulated them on that, and have him congratulate his folks. And also, as Ricky mentioned, seeing the fire truck out on the beach, we've had crews that have been helping our neighbors all over the place. And as we heard tonight with the Feeding America group here in the city, and jumping on it as soon as the opportunity was presented to do it, it's just another example of how our staff works. But I really think that we lose track that sometimes that all of these things happen because of the person at the top. And with all respect to the mayor, I'm talking about Bart.
That's the reason why I moved out of the way.
We have a city manager who has the empathy and has the heart to know what's going on around him and to appreciate the opportunities to help. And we have a council that is supportive of the city.
That's the big thing.
Of the city contributing in ways that we can, but it wouldn't happen if it wasn't coming from that office. Bart has done a fantastic job.
We have a great team
for all of us. So.
Thank you.
Councilmember Sabel, Vice Mayor Sabel.
Oh, thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to remind everybody that, if just because you may not see the city crew out there doing what needed to be done in your yard, I can assure you that they are somewhere else in the community working. So just have patience. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not out there performing some task that needs to be done. And I got a comment before Miss Reed does. I saw, I think it was CNN. I hate watching that show, but it wasn't Fox. So they said, the one guy said, "We are a village and check on your neighbor." And I thought, man, that's Patty's line. How did he get that?
I think I've heard that.
Did you
too.
give it to CNN?
Yeah, they watch us.
When I
The
heard
most
Ricky
important
say,
city in the nation, of course they watch
when
us.
I heard Ricky said he was out at the beach, I went, "Is Joe there?" Go ahead. Had to do it.
I know. Everything that everybody said and ditto, but I am very blessed to be on this council and to be part of this village. I do refer to our city as a village. I think that it does everything that happens in our village and everything that is good does start because we have a great leader. And it trickles down, and the people who do and our staff that does everything that they do is because they're proud to be here. They are very dedicated, and I can't say thank you enough and how proud I am to be a part of it and to be able to hopefully be able to carry out the wishes and so forth. But there is a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see that is helping this entire county from our city. And so, if I've heard it once, I've heard it 30 times is Pinellas Park is the place to be. So it just is amazing. So thank you to everybody and keep it going. And we're just a few days.
Just now from Charlie Justice. I'll read it out loud.
So Charlie Justice just texted appreciated that anything we can do. And I can tell you, oh wow.
This is it.
FYI, our staff can be more appreciative of the support they got from your folks helping with beach utilities. Let me add my gratitude. So, and we did receive a lot of text from Pinellas County and from different places of what do you need? What can we do to help you? And I know that we did the same thing. So we do. I believe that we are part of that. And I always say part of the agriculture farm community. We've been built on our roots, and we steadfast and help our neighbors way more, I believe, than a lot. So thank you again to the citizens, to people, to everything. We are blessed. There's a lot of people out there that are without. Check on your friends and family, and if there's something we can do, let us know. We've taken in a lot of animals at the farm of displaced people that have a lot of displaced animals. We're kind of busting at the seams, but we're still doing it. So thank you again. That's all I got.
You did it, I guess.
Yes, sir.
What
No,
do you got,
I'm going to staff now, so.
Hubbard's got something.
Hubbard's
got something.
I think that's what he said. I'm sure.
Go ahead,
This isn't exactly a Pinellas Park item, but because this city and this council is always so appreciative of first responders and the military and veterans, I just wanted to relate to you that 2 weeks ago today, I had the opportunity to be at Arlington Cemetery for a service for the father of a very good friend of ours who was a POW in Vietnam for 7 years when our friend was 7 years old. And for the first 3.5 years, they didn't know if he's alive or dead. And I don't know if any of you have been to services at Arlington or particularly a service for a POW. But if you have not and never have the opportunity to do, and you want to see something that really makes you feel patriotic, it was a full honors service with like 25-piece Air Force band, 25-piece Air Force color guard with sabers, of course, a 21-gun salute, and even 4 jets coming right down over the Pentagon with the missing man formation. And it just left us with good feelings. So I just want to mention that because I know the city is big on veterans.
That's awesome.
And as a veteran, it made me feel pretty good too. I'll never get all that.
I did want to say one other thank you to LaSharon and her crew for taking the time to recognize some of the most difficult issues that face everybody. And you brought forth the mental health side of the world, and now you're doing domestic violence. And I know that you've got a lot more going on, but is there a link to donate for the CASA for the domestic violence on our website? For money raised, you had talked about?
Yeah, I think communication and marketing, I think Julian and team is connecting our Facebook page with the CASA Facebook page to make sure that we have that information. I think you guys did a public service announcement as well that's going to be published on our homepage, Pinellas Park homepage, as well as post that on the CASA homepage. So there is a connection or partnership between the two. So we'll make sure, I'll get with Julian and team and make sure that that kind of flips up to the top of the feed on the Facebook page.
There's something where if there's that link that we're raising money for,
Right.
so we'll do that.
Correct.
Because we'll definitely share it because a lot of people don't realize how much our PD uses CASA and that they are amazing, just amazing. And for them to be enabling for people to take animals. I know when I was on the PD, getting, for people wanting to leave, they didn't want to leave their animals behind. So amazing. But thank you. And I'm on the FMIT board, and I'm always, every meeting, we're always hearing how great our city is at using them and how well we do. So thank you for that. Sorry, I'm long-winded tonight. Mm-hmm.
City staff time. Does our city clerks have anything? No.
I took all their airspace.
I know. Lana asked me to just share the upcoming events for this weekend. And as already mentioned, Oktoberfest is going on both this weekend and next, Friday and Saturday. It's kicking off at 5 on Friday, noon on Saturday. Admission is $10, free for our military members with active IDs, as well as free for children 12 and under. We also have the art walk going on Saturday, starting at 5 at the Village. And the play, Defying Gravity at the PAC. That's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, free of charge. Tickets are still available. Next Wednesday, Pancakes resume. So that's 8 o'clock at the Senior Center, 8 to 10. And as mentioned, there's still time to get in on the Christmas parade as well as on the barbecue. So if you're a vendor or a barbecue cooker, you can still register to participate in that event coming up on November 2nd.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, you made me nervous. I think she got something else to say, a third time.
Is there a rodeo?
There is. Barbecue and rodeo.
And it's in November.
And November 16th, the harvest day?
We're getting to that one next week.
Okay.
Chiefs.
I will have that.
I just want to echo on behalf of what Councilman Butler said in seeing fire and police on the beach and just the staff allowing us to go do that. It's tremendous to be out on the beach and to help those brothers and sisters, our first responders, and seeing the public works people out there. And also just want to thank the firefighters. Our chief's house was destroyed. We were there today.
Throw this at you.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the bar. Sorry about that. Just to see your own brother, go through what he's going through, and it was rough today. Thank you for allowing us to do that, and thank you for allowing us to help all the rest of the firefighters. We have several that houses were destroyed, some retirees, but watching your chief, go through that today was rough. But we got him going, and we're getting there. So.
Does he already have temporary housing?
He has a 2-story house, so we've got power to the house today and security upstairs with some doors so that he can run air conditioning up there. And but the whole bottom section is gone. And but we had a good crew there today and took good care of him. Just want to say thank you for allowing us to do that.
Mr. Adam? No.
I'm definitely not speaking after that.
Okay. Does City Council have any additional information?
Hit the gavel.
So, I want to just say been driving around in the community, and it's actually not a surprise. Former employees that are retired, but they kind of instilled it in the employees that we have now, went down to Homestead, probably, and helped them out during their hurricane. And you can see how they've taught the newer employees. We don't have ordinary employees doing extraordinary things. We have extraordinary, amazing employees every day, not just now, every day doing extraordinary things in our community. Does not go unnoticed, and it is greatly appreciated. With that, we hope everybody has a blessed couple of weeks. The meeting is adjourned. Oh, we'll see you next week.
Next week.